All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekar Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel. I'm from GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. This lesson here is a response video to the elder brother, the head officer at our camp, Kasha Kuala. He did a video talking about the solar flares and all that stuff. All right, now Esau is he's a very visual type demon, so he puts images and shit like that up for you to see, so you'll start referencing the images to the things that he's saying. All right, now in my personal opinion, and this ain't even my opinion, you can actually look this up. This image right here is a CGI image. This isn't a true depiction of the sun. Okay. So, as you can see,
double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and Roman.
So I'm gonna play this video, Salaki. I'm gonna play this video. Well, first and foremost, let me get this quick precept in 2 Thessalonians. So I'm gonna read it in the King James version, and then I'm gonna read it in the NLT. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:7, and it reads, "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work; only he who now liveth will lit until he be taken out the way." All right, so the mystery of iniquity is already working. Now let's look at that in the NLT and see how it breaks it down. And this reads, it says, "For the lawlessness is already at work." The lawlessness. You know, the Lord got laws, statutes, and commandments. He also laid laws of nature, like certain way that nature has to run in order for it to be sustained. All right? This devil breaks every fucking law in the book. Every law. He's lawless. He doesn't care about a law or balance or anything like that. And it says, it's already at work secretly. So the scriptures talk about how he works in secret. How all the things that he does are in secret. Okay? So everything that he does is in secret. All right? It's not out for the public. So he tells you one thing while he does another thing in secret. Now, when you look at this NASA, right? Now, I'm certain about this, that this symbol right here means this is actually a snake's tongue. And it's a forked tongue, which means he speaks off of two sides of his mouth. So one side he's saying one thing, and the other side he's saying another. Okay, so when you go into the Hebrew, the actual word NASA means forked tongue or something to that effect. All right, so we know that NASA speaks lies. All right, now me personally, I don't believe nothing that this fucking devil says, because the scriptures say that he's a father of lies, and we're going to get that later on in this lesson, Lord willing. All right. So when you think about what this devil is doing, for instance, me, and I'm gonna explain why I don't believe that was a solar eclipse that happened on April 8th. Okay, now I seen it with my own eyes, and I'm gonna show you what I saw, because I saw this with my own eyes, because I was looking at it with the eclipse goggles, and that's what I saw. Okay, that this was the whole April 8th thing was it was a military psyop, and they needed everybody's attention. Remember, I told you at the beginning of the lesson, Esau does everything visually. He wants you to see it. Okay? It's crazy because the Lord, and this is a side thought through the Spirit that has came up, the Lord wants us to serve him by faith through the things that are not seen, right? And Esau does everything by things that are seen. Okay? He wants you to see it, because they got a saying, what seeing is believing. So you see it, you believe it, right? So you see these things and you think, oh, well, it must be so because he said so. But this devil does psyops to where he literally tricks your eyes. You see it with your own eyes, and you hear something different, and you think you're seeing what you're hearing, but you're really not. Okay, because you're so stupid that, and I'm talking about the 1/3. They're so stupid that they don't realize that this devil is performing a psyop on them. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play some more of this video. I just want you to pay attention to what the brother's saying, because the brother's going to go into theory, right? And this is something that Esau goes to a lot. He says theory, but theory isn't based on fact. It's an opinion. That's what theory is. So all of these things that he's saying about the sun and the aurora borealis and the solar flare, all that shit is a theory. But in all actuality, I believe that Esau is going to make that shit happen, as that brother goes into in this video. And I'm gonna explain why you know, the eclipse on solar on April 8th was so pinnacle and why he needed everybody to get out there to see it. So I'm gonna play this in this video and just pay attention to what the brother's saying.
Each well, peace of salutation to the 1144 first fruit. So this is gonna be another little quick hit. And you can see I have this little image of the sun doing this little solar flare or whatnot. I don't know if they have like a little video. Let's see. You still. So this is like a little video or whatever of the sun that they caught. And solar flares and things of that nature. You get the point. So it says, and this is where the northern lights have been coming from. I know in North Georgia, you could see the northern lights, and in certain other parts of America, you could see the northern lights. So it says spectacular NASA footage of solar flare causing the aurora. It says May 2024, this month, we saw a huge increase in extreme geometric storms, leading to some spectacular aurora displays around the world. This increase in charged particles hitting the Earth is because the sun is reaching the solar maximum, a period of intensity activity on its surface. Okay. Now, I'm not the one to, fuck it. Matter of fact, let me get this word real quick. All right, speculate, form a theory or conjecture about a subject without firm evidence. So now reading that definition, I'm going to use that one. I'm not the one to speculate on a spectacular phenomenon, anomaly that's going on. And I don't want to discredit anything because at the end of the day, this is the Lord's creation. But the angle I'm coming at is don't let Esau fool you by using the Lord's creation when something happens. If you see what I'm saying.
You hear that? You hear what the brother said? He said, don't use Esau is using the Lord's creation to say that something happens. You heard that? He's breaking it down. You see? So this is a classic example of what we call problem, reaction, solution. They present a problem that they created, blaming it on something else. Then they come with a solution. Then the people react a certain way, then they come with a solution. And this is exactly what's happening with Esau right now. He's coming with a problem, reaction, solution type deal on a grand scale. This is a huge deception, okay? And the brother know that's why he's saying it, but he's saying it in a way, if you know what I mean, okay? Because this is all based off a theory, and he's going to use the beautiful creation as the sun that has been given life to the earth for thousands of years without any hindrance. Now all of a sudden, after all of these years of having all this fucking technology, now the sun is going to give off some type of huge electromagnetic solar flare that's going to cause. How the fuck do you know this shit, man? You see? The scriptures say the wisdom of this world is not wisdom, man. So the things that he's saying, it's not wisdom. All right? The things that he says is not prudent. The scriptures talk about that he is the father of lies. All right? He's the father of lies. So why would you believe anything that comes out of his mouth, especially when he is the one that's in control of this shit? You can't go directly and find out what he's talking about. You only got to go by what he's saying, and he controls all of the media outlets. So NBC, Fox, all of these different media outlets, Facebook, Meta, the only one that was actually not of him was TikTok that he's banning now. Okay? So let's listen to a little bit more.
The solar eclipse shit I'm not solar eclipse, but this solar flares and stuff like that. Just remember, 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And that word devices means evil purposes. Okay, he has evil purposes at the end of the day. He's gonna feed the people some type of story, which at the end, like again, I'm just speculating. Don't have hard evidence, but from what we've seen over the years.
Now, the brother said that he don't have hard evidence, but what I'm about to present may give a little bit of evidence toward what he's about to do. Okay, this is going to be some information that's going toward that's basically proving what he's trying to do, and he's using this sun, and he's been doing this build up for years. Think about it. He's been talking about the sun and solar flares and all this shit for years. Okay.
This man talks smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. He'll fuck around and blame a solar flare, which is the Lord's creation, for him doing a whole full EMP, if you see what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? So he'll use something that's natural. A solar flare is natural. Solar flares have been happening for centuries. Okay? It's just like you have you're cooking on a stove and you have the eye on, right? And all of a sudden, you get that little spark that just flares up a little bit and then it goes back down immediately. But it really didn't do any damage. It was more like maybe something fell on the eye, or it was just a little bit hotter for that one moment in time, but not enough to really cause any damage. And the Lord put contingencies in place to stop the sun from causing damage to the earth. That's why the firmament is there. That's why he created the division, because the Lord's creation was perfect. All right. It wasn't nothing imperfect about this shit that the Lord created, or Salakia, about the Lord's creation. It wasn't nothing imperfect about it. So Esau is trying to say that these things that just give life to the earth are now a detriment.
All right, so just keep your eyes open. That's it. That's all I want to say. These northern lights and things of that nature, I mean, shoot, definitely can come from the sun. But this dude Esau is such a liar that you should have trust issues against him. You know what I'm saying?
You hear what he's saying? You should have trust issues.
Buttering people up because for the past week or two, it's been, the sun, the solar flares, the aurora lights, the northern lights, this, that, and the third, electric storms. And next thing you know, the grid goes down because really he did an EMP blast. So just keep your eyes open. That's all I want to say. And at the end of the day, this little image right here, this is the Lord's creation. This is the Lord's creation. And damn well Esau's going to try to use all the Lord's creation to make it seem like, why would the Lord do this or something like that. I'm just putting it in your minds, food for thought. Don't get bamboozled by this damn bamboo. All right. So Lord willing, we.
That was edifying. So, Slacky, 1 second. All right, because this is a topic that I've been wanting to do a lesson on for a minute. All right, so that was edifying. Now let's go to a couple of these videos. Now, first and foremost, this is an image of a dude that's on TikTok that used his high-powered telescope to take images of the sun. Now, his images look completely different than NASA's images, okay? Because you have people who have the capability of doing this. So let's look at, I'm not going to play this guy right here. I'm going to keep the volume off, but just watch the images. Now you see the telescope right here? This is the telescope. So when you go back and you look at these images, right? Why is this so different than NASA's image? Now there's a couple of things that you could pay notice to, right? If you really pay attention to this image, you know, one, the sun isn't spinning. What is that all about? You know, so if this is a real image, you know, but this is what he's seeing on his telescope, which is completely different than this image, right? It's completely different than this image. This image, I believe, is CGI. Now, I can't check it. Oops, lock it. I can't really check it. Where is it at? Here it is. I can't really check it, but I believe this image to be an accurate depiction of the sun. All right. So moving on, because people are like the brother said, at this point, you shouldn't trust him anymore because he lies so much about everything. And anything that he says, you should be like, oh, this shit is a lie. It has to be a lie. All right. So anything that he's taught me, anything that I've learned, anything that came through Esau Edom, through his educational system or anything like that, any type of indoctrination, I don't believe it anymore. I don't. I've learned so much that everything that I've been taught has been a lie. So the scriptures say, surely the children say our fathers have inherited lies. We understand that we've inherited lies, man. All of this shit is a lie. Everything is a lie. Everything we know about this reality that we've been told has been a lie. Okay? So here's the next one. Now, this is a lady who took pictures of the sun, right? And this is what she saw behind it. So I'm going to let this one play.
Oh my God. I finally caught it.
Now you see that shit? This is not a reflection. What is that ball behind this ball? Now look at the shape of this. Look at the shape of this. This is not the sun's shape, but look at the ball behind it. It's perfect. It's a perfect sphere. That is the original sun. Okay? That's the original sun. Now, hear me out, because I'm going to keep on going. Okay?
Look at that shit.
Are trying to block this shit out. Look at the other side, y'all.
Look at it behind it.
Look at the
Now, what they're saying is that this is why there's so many storms, because there's too much energy coming off the stratosphere, and that energy has to go somewhere. So it's going and causing all of these storms, among other things, because I believe the storms are being caused by Esau too. And he's lying about that. But this is a product of that. But I believe this Hubble telescope, where we'll get into it, this what is called as a sun simulator, I believe that this can cause that electromagnetic pulse that they're looking for, and they're gonna make it look like it came off the sun. All right. So then here's the next one. Now, this is what I saw. Now, my rib saw this. I just flew back from Houston and I was talking to another brother and he saw the same thing when he saw it. We did not see the moon pass over the sun. I did not see the moon pass over the sun. I was looking at it. I was waiting because I was like, man, there's something weird about today. So let me see. So I was out there with the goggles looking up at it myself, and I did not see. What he shows in this video is exactly what I saw. Okay? So you can sit there and say that I'm a conspirator and all this crap all you want. I don't care. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. I'm just telling you what I saw with my own two eyes. And I believe what my eyes are telling me and not what everybody else told me. I'm looking at it. This is what made me think that, oh, this shit had to be a psyop. You told everybody that there was going to be an eclipse. You had everybody heard about. You made it all this big deal, calling the National Guard and making it seem like it was going to be a big deal to entice people to come out so that they can be a part of this huge psyop and they can think that it was an eclipse because they were told it and it looked like an eclipse, but it actually wasn't. Okay? This devil is clever. He knows how to run psyops. But look, watch. Now, this is what I saw when I was looking through these glasses. It did not completely eclipse the sun. There was this little bitty crescent that was left. And I was sitting out there for about an hour. I wasn't sitting out there for a whole hour. I kept coming back and forth looking to see if the crescent got, and I was like, why is it not moving it? Why isn't that crescent being covered by the moon. So then I start looking for the moon, and then
The moon is right there in front of the sun.
Wait.
But the moon is over here.
and that's what I saw when I walked around my house. I saw the moon in another part of the sky. Now this is my own eyes seeing this, and I believe if I can find it, I may not be able to find it, but I'm gonna try to, and I'll do a follow-up video about it because I believe I caught it on my camera because I put my camera through the glasses, okay? And I filmed it, so and that came through my phone. All right, I believe I put it in my WhatsApp chat. So if I can go back and find it, I'll find it. But that's what I saw. So yeah, so let's watch it. He gonna pan back to it one more time.
Why is the moon right there if it's supposed to be in front of the sun? Here, I'm using these right here.
See?
That's insane.
Because that was not the moon. That's why. Now you can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I don't care. But it's my job to tell you these things, man. All right. So let's hit some precepts real quick. This is Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." This nigga is a liar, man. He lies about every goddamn thing. There is no truth in this man. Okay? So you sit here and you believe in that, and this dude got all type of technology. This dude can put a brain chip in your head and control things now. With the brain chip, he can create an artificial arm that's attached to a brain chip, and you're moving it like it's a real arm. He has that technology. He can change the RNA in the DNA, dinucleic acid. He can go into the nucleus of the DNA and reprogram it to produce something different. Okay? He can create vaccine strands that destroy shit. He can create missiles and bombs of mass destruction. Okay? He creates monetary systems and all of these different technologies for the sake of wickedness. You can't tell me that he's not able to do some shit. Why in the hell did CERN turn on in Switzerland? And a lot of people don't realize that there's a bunch of mini CERNs here in America that were also turned on that day. What the hell was he doing? You see? So he was able to, he done figured something out. And he was able to manipulate the light that's coming off the sun somehow. And I know it may sound far-fetched, but think about it, man. Think about it. Think about what your eyes saw. If you were out there looking at the eclipse, what did your eyes see? Never mind what they told you. What did you see? Did you see the moon cross over the sun like 2017? Because I watched the whole 2017 thing and I seen the moon cross right over the sun. I saw it with my own eyes. I was sitting in my Nissan Maxima at the time in a parking lot, watching it cross over the sun, crossing the moon, watching the moon cross over the sun. And yeah, I did not see that here. Okay? Continuing on. That's one of the brother guy. I want to get this John 8:44. It says, "You are of your father," and the point is at the end. It says, "You are of your father, the devil," talking about Jake. That's what 2/3 of Jake that believe everything that this devil says and follow after him. "And the lust after your father you would do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there's no truth in him." That's the point. There's no truth. The scriptures say that there's no truth in this nigga. So why do you believe anything that he say? If you know already that everything he says is going to be a damn lie, why are you going to believe it? You got to start digging to see whether or not what he's saying is true. These niggas created CERN and fired 3 missiles at the solar. Look, why? Slakia. Look at this. It says NASA will fire rockets at the solar eclipse. Why? Why are you firing rockets at the solar eclipse? What for? And you're going to give some story we're testing. No, those rockets were necessary for something. They needed to fire those rockets at a certain point. That's why they had the intervals. It was 3 rockets, which, 33 and a third, if you want to get into that stuff, 3 rockets at certain intervals. I think 2-hour intervals, which is 6 hours. Think about it. 3 rockets, 6 hours, 666. I mean, look at what this nigga done presented. Okay? Why would you fire 3 rockets at the moon during the solar eclipse? Why? What are you testing? Why didn't you do that in 2017? You had the technology then. Why didn't you do it then? Because there was something else that they did this time. All right? So going back to John, it says, there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. He's the one that started the whole lying shit. Okay? He's a father of lies. He speaketh of his own. He just makes shit up and spews it out. And y'all, people fall for that shit every time. All right? So I'm about to play another video. Now, if you want to think that the nigga can't create an artificial sun, I pulled this video up. This is China launching their artificial sun. Okay? Now watch this.
Es impresionante hasta dónde ha llegado China. ¿Te diste cuenta? En un instante alumbró toda una ciudad.
All right, so you see that, right? You see, okay? Now, so y'all see the artificial sun coming out of China, all right? Now, they say that it's technically not there. They're calling it artificial sun because it duplicates the nuclear reactions necessary to actually, for the sun to do what it's supposed to do, okay? If you want to do some research on it, they call it, it was like a nuclear reactor that gave off a simulation of the sun, but it's actually some type of nuclear fusion that they've been experimenting with that simulates the sun. All right, now look at this. Now listen to what she says.
You guys are actually not going to believe this. Over the last couple of days, I've been coming across these glares from the sun, right? It's like in a honeycomb shape size. No way is this real. This is a sun simulator by Boeing that was talked about in 2020. Do you guys see this shape of it? It's literally the exact same shape as what people are seeing from the sun glare. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. The debunked video in 2020 talking about Boeing sun simulator is that exact shape. And I am telling you people over the last couple of days, it's a whole world of crazy. Hey, let's throw in the Schumann resonance. Have you guys been following and watching?
All right, so you see, she was talking about that green dot, and that was something that I want to get into. Now, when I was flying back from Texas, right, from Houston, this is the image of the sun that I caught in my window seat. Okay, now look what you see here. You see that? You see that green dot right there? That was the reflection of my phone. Now, if you know anything about how light works, when you record light through a lens, you're going to get a reflection. That reflection is going to be the light, the image of the light source. Now, unfortunately, when I blew it up, I could not get the pixelations because the quality of my camera sucks. You know, it has a crack in it, but you get the green dot. Okay, and I'm 100% certain that if I get the right pic, if I get a high enough quality, it will look like this one. If I can get it to go back. Like this. I'm certain that it will look like this hexagramical pattern. All right. Now, you may say to yourself, oh, Nate, you going off. All right, well, what about this? This is a solar simulator. Okay. You can Google this patent. This is a US patent that was created in 1966. Okay, so they've been had this technology, and here's the U.S. patent number right here. Okay, and here are all of the days that it was modified and repackaged and patented and all, and the applications and all that stuff. And here are all the specifications on it that you can read. Okay, if you want to do such a thing. All right, but this is called the solar simulator. All right, and you can find these. All right, here's right here. This is called the what's it called?
Does it look familiar, guys? If you've been on TikTok, this is the James Webb Telescope.
The James Webb Telescope. Okay, so this is a telescope. Now look at this image here, right? Look at this patent image. Look at that. You see the hexagramical patterns in the patent, the imagery? You see that? Doesn't that look like this? Looks like it. Well, this too, it looks like this, right? Doesn't these hexagramical patterns, don't they look eerily similar to these hexagramical patterns that are in this patent? You see? You see what I'm saying? This devil done did something, okay? Now, I got one more precept, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. And this is going back to the elder, the officer that had brought this precept out, right? This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Least Satan should get any advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." We know that you are creating the very things that you're saying is going to be an issue. You're making this shit. You're the one that's doing all this stuff, okay? You know what? I had another precept. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is right here. This Revelation 11 and 18, it says, "And the nations were angry, and the wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged. And thou shouldest give reward unto his servants, the prophets, and the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and rich, and shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth." This is destruction of the Lord's creation right here. This is going to rain down horror upon the earth. This type of thing. Now, I do know that the scriptures talk about if he's not taken out the way, there should be no flesh left. Okay? But for the elect's sake, he shall be taken out the way. This is part of it. You know? This is part of it. This nigga messing with the sun. Okay? Because it's creating all type of weather anomalies that never... And think about how the weather's been since April 8th. Think about all the years you've been alive, and then think about how crazy this weather has been and all these freak anomalies has been happening all over the world since April 8th. Now, of course, we were already having anomalies, but the frequency moved up dramatically after April 8th. Okay? So this nigga is destroying the earth. Now, the scriptures talk about how the day cometh that the earth shall burn like an oven. Now, we know that the thermonuclear missiles are going to plummet the earth. We know that. We know that the chariots are going to come down and shoot laser beams, and the earth is going to get really hot. But what if this shit got something to do with it too? This dude is using his sun simulator to make it seem like the earth is hotter than what it actually is, so he can have a reason to come down on you for climate change. So he can use that sun simulator to shoot out an electromagnetic pulse and say that that this came from an EMP, or it came from the sun, when in all actuality he did it because people are visual. They don't use their brain whatsoever. Well, wait a minute. You know, how could the sun do that? Right? And if you're one to believe in Esau's science in the manner in which that you think he's going to use it righteously, man, you going off, because this nigga ain't going to do that. Okay, the scriptures talk about if he does good, he pretty much do it by accident, roughly paraphrasing. He don't do that shit on purpose. All right? He is contrary to creation. He only wants to destroy. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. He created Planned Parenthood. The Lord created the nuclear family. He broke the family. The Lord created a righteous and good food supply that you can eat off of. He went in and GMO'd everything. Okay? He polluted the rain. He polluted the water. Everything is just out of whack. He's contrary to life. And there's a Simpsons. You know what? I'm gonna play this real quick. I'm looking at the videos, man. Like, what the hell? Let me see this real quick. Man, whatever. Anyway, y'all be able to find it. The Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. I pray this was edifying. I'm ended off with giving all praise going on to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostle, great millstone. To the next time, I say shalom.